up? Brian Tong here, and this is Google's Pixel Slate, their tablet, laptop hybrid, and I've been really taking my time to use this year's tablets and see where they fit in and which one is best for what type of person. Now, my daily driver tablet is an iPad Pro, and you should know this. I think it's important because that's where my perspective is coming from, but I'm a big fan of what Google has been building with the Pixel phone from day one, so I wanted to see, right, what the Pixel Slate is doing, what makes this good, and really what it needs to work on. Now, I'm not going to go into every tech spec and detail here, but really highlight the overall experience and what stands out. Now, when I was first using the Pixel Slate for this review, I kind of kept thinking that the Surface Pro 6, it excels as a laptop, and the iPad Pro performs better as a tablet, but this Pixel Slate is kind of somewhere like in between, which is okay if that's what they want, but it doesn't necessarily excel at being either one. It's just really somewhere in the middle. Now, we also look at this 12.3-inch molecular display. Like, it looks great, it looks gorgeous. Sure, we know that the bezels are bigger than I'm used to because the iPad Pro is my daily driver, but the screen really pops. I like the overall matte finish and then the curved edge design around the corners. It's really nice and it feels good in hand. But my top priority is using it as a media consumption device. So, digital comics, they really pop on it, and videos look good. They sound great because we've got these two dual front-facing speakers as well. As a media consumption device, like, I'm completely on board. Now, also up here on the top, the fingerprint sensor, it works great, but when it's on this corner edge instead of directly on the screen or somewhere like really visible, I do feel like I'm hunting for it with my finger at times. I'm like, kind of like, okay, is this the right spot? But I'm gonna guess that if I'm using this every day, that goes away. It's also running Chrome OS, you know this, and there are times where it feels convenient to use the keyboard and the trackpad because some of the icons are a little smaller to do things like minimize screens or close windows or jump into the settings. But then there are times where using the touchscreen is more convenient over the trackpad to swipe up and navigate to apps and use some of these apps. And because it runs Chrome OS, there are the Chrome OS versions of apps that are using the Chrome browser, and they're convenient with the keyboard attachment. But I tend to prefer to use the mobile version of the apps because I just don't use a keyboard case that often. So that means I have two different versions of the same app on the Pixel Slate, but it does let the user decide which one they want to use. There's also just a lot of instances where you feel like using the keyboard and trackpad is better at one moment, or using the touchscreen is better for another moment, so it can feel like you're caught in between. That's why I said it's kind of like in between these two spaces, laptop and a tablet. The keyboard cover, it does feel great for typing. I mean, I think it feels really good, but only when it's on a flat surface. So we have it here like on a sturdy table or a counter. You have this unique way to slide the magnetic back here on the cover, so it gives you kind of a wide range of viewing angles. That's really cool. I talked about, right, the feedback and the bounce on this keyboard. It's really good, and it's significantly better than the iPad Pro's keyboard cover, and really solid, again, when it's laying flat on a table. But then once you take this Pixel Slate with its keyboard cover anywhere else and use it on your lap, it's a wobbly mess because this hinge is floppy. When you put it on your lap, it's kind of moving all over the place, and honestly, it's not acceptable to me, and instantly just takes it out of the conversation as a laptop type replacement on the go. And I'm sorry, but this hinge area is just janky. Now, this is a place that they're really gonna have to improve on, or just let third-party manufacturers like Bridge handle the keyboard cover moving forward. Also, the Pixel Slate starts at $599, but the model Google sent me to review is the 8th Gen Core i5 with 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage for $999. Overall performance is pretty good, but there are times when Chrome OS animations aren't the smoothest compared to other tablets on the market, and I did have a couple random times where it crashed. One of the features that makes the Pixel Slate unique is its integration with the Google ecosystem and the Google Assistant. I'm not the type of person who likes to talk to their tablet really on any platform, but it's that quick magic phrase away, or you can use the keyboard prompt to bring it up. Now, the Pixelbook Pen is $99 and it works with the Slate as well. The responsiveness is really tight. It has tilt functionality on the pen tip, so I'm not a professional digital artist. I'm not gonna pretend to know if it's really the best stylus for a tablet, but it was responsive enough in every way that I used it compared to other tablets. Also, we have this button near the tip that allows you to highlight images and text for the assistant to analyze on screen. It's a cool idea and feature when you first get it, but I did find myself kind of rarely using it at all. But the question you all want to know, is the Pixel Slate the best tablet on the market? I would say not right now. It might be your tablet of choice if you're deep in the Google ecosystem, you love Chrome OS, you know all the ins and outs, but outside of that, I don't really see it as a compelling reason for someone outside the ecosystem to pick it up just yet. At times, it still feels a little more like a proof of concept. I'm not saying it's a bad product. It's more than a capable product, and Chrome OS fans will enjoy it. I have no problem using it for media consumption, but beyond that, it needs to have a clearer vision of what it is and what it wants to be, so guess what? We can figure out the same thing.